right, y'all, so I know you already see it. We got something completely different out of our wheelhouse, but still just as cool. So let's go ahead and get into it. We got a 2021 Vanderhall. It's a Venice model, Venice GT if I'm not mistaken, and then obviously it's got the little blackjack package. So little background on this thing is super cool. It's just a little fun car to ride. It's classified as an auto cycle. Different states is different things, but for us in Alabama, you don't need no special license, and it doesn't require a helmet. I would probably still wear one, but it's not required. Getting into it, you see this thing is black. This is the hood. Underneath the hood is a 1.5 turbocharged motor. They got a deal with like GM, so they use their GM motors. I'm not gonna pop the hood because in order to do it, you got to take all of these little screws out, or the little screws, and then, you know, obviously I don't want to have to do that and put it back on to do the test drive. So really nothing to see under there except for the little you know, the little turbocharged motor. It's got a 6-speed transmission. I think these wheels are 19s. Let me check. 18. So 225 is in the front. You got disc brakes. Super clean. The GT package, it just blacks out everything. I think the matte black on the exhaust is super dope. It's gonna be kind of a quick video because it's not too much to show on this car. You got your front windshield. You guys can kind of see in there some of the breathing for the motor. Super dope. Gas tank, knurled aluminum. It feels like, me myself, if this was something that I was into, I would wrap this thing like every 3 months. It's so cheap to do. I would just wrap this a different color every 3 months. The backside and the front. That's all you got to worry about. I'll leave the little fenders on the wheels. The wheel covers, I'll leave those the same. Rear coil over. Let me check this back one. Yeah, it's an 18 and it's a 285. So it gives you that same vibe as a let me hit this kill switch while I'm talking. You know, like somewhat like Can-Ams and all of that. Like it's somewhat that same vibe. I kind of think it's kind of like a 2-seater Atom. Like it give me that type of vibe. This thing is super fun to drive though. Really nothing to point out on the body or paint because the whole body is basically, pretty sure it's plastic, fiberglass, you know. Really nothing to point out. There's no chrome to point out. No dents, no scratches, nothing like that. It's only got like 5,800 miles on it. Big opening, give you that old school, like that F1 vibe, Aston Martin or Morgan. You see the headlights. We don't have a trunk, no storage space, so nothing for me to really show there. If you need to keep something with you, it just goes back there in that little cubby area. So like a shirt, a little book bag, something like that. You see the interior, black leather, red quilted stitching. Looks pretty good, honestly. Nothing to really show there. I'm gonna go ahead and get in. It's one of them cars, you know, you gotta slide in. So, and I ain't gonna lie, surprisingly, I'm 6'1", 220. I'm relatively comfortable, and what I mean by that is I can drive this without it being, you know, too bad. Obviously, if there was somebody my size sitting next to me, you know, we'd be rubbing legs, you know, so I wouldn't want to do that. But, you know, if you had a kid with you, maybe, you know, like one of your kids riding to the pool, riding around the neighborhood, or even your wife or something, you know, that might be cool. But I don't see 2 grown men being able to really sit in here. Well, unless, you know, you just plan on being comfortable touching each other like an airplane all day. Otherwise, though, pretty dope for real. It's got good build quality. Got a Bluetooth radio. Obviously nothing else. There is no heat, no massage, no air conditioning. It's a bare bone car meant to just have fun in. And I will say it's kind of dope too, because I mean this thing only weighs, I think it was like 1,500 or 1,600 pounds. So super light car with almost 200 horsepower. It's pretty dope. Go ahead, start her up, push start. Sounds pretty decent on startup. Left turn signal, right turn signal, bright lights. Lights are automatic, so they're on anyway. Let me see. Horn works. Obviously you can turn off the traction control if you're trying to get sideways in it. It is a front wheel drive vehicle, so you know it's meant to be fun. Hazard lights work. We got a full tank of gas. Shifter is kind of cool too to operate it. Push it down. So I kind of like that. I'm not gonna drive this thing far because it's barely 40 degrees. I got my hat on, but I ain't got nothing but like a little jacket that I wear so I don't get too hot. So I'm gonna just take her up and down the street so you guys can kind of see and hear it. No seat belts. Looks like a beautiful day, but I'm telling you, it's freezing. Speedometer is coming up. The reason that I say this thing is super fun, because you'll hear it once I get on it. You'll hear that turbo spool up. So I think that's super dope. Like, you know, it's a real open air experience. I know you guys probably hearing all the wind as well. I'm hearing it too, so you're probably hearing all the wind in the camera. But like I said, you don't have anything but a wind deflector up in the front, and that's it. Get sideways in this thing too, and that's only doing like 45, and I'm telling you, like, it's fun. It doesn't actually feel scary. It feels planted to the ground. It doesn't feel, you know, like I'm getting squiggly or anything like that. Definitely a fun little toy for sure. I really don't have a way to put this on the rack because of how small it is. It doesn't fit, but also too, you really nothing to see underneath because it's all flat, like it's all closed off, so there's nothing to see. Body, you know, obviously with under 6,000 miles, you really ain't got nothing to worry about there anyway. But like I said, this thing, you turn off that traction control, you can get sideways in this all easily. And I will say as well, I think this thing would make a perfect like parade type car. So if you're a person, you know, car shows, you do parades, maybe you're in a club, you know, you do a lot of charity things, this is like the perfect vehicle for that, because you're already going to be going slow. You can give plenty of people rides. Everybody's going to want one, so it's kind of cool. Let me go ahead and put this in park, climb up out of here. You guys can see what it looks like with the lights on, and this thing is as small as it looks in the picture, you know. Super funny. I mean, this thing is barely 4 feet tall, so you can kind of see, again, it's basically at my hip, so you see how tall it is. It's next to a 70 Impala, not perfectly lined up. I think this thing is, give or take, it can't be more than 13 feet. Like most cars, we're in that 18 to 20 range. I'll say this is about 13 at the most. And width wise, it's only because of the tires that it's probably about 6 feet wide. Take them tires off, you're probably looking at about 4.5, honestly. So if you guys are interested in this Vanderhall, give us a call, 256-801-4409. Check us out at Rolling Museums on the website and Instagram. As always, appreciate you watching.